Ladies, he's got a score to settle with four-time heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield.
15 miles from Widnes is Liverpool, one of England's busiest ports and the home of the Beatles. And here is the suburban street that inspired their hit song, Penny Lane, in the town where they were born. You'll also find a 20-ton monument honoring their yellow submarine. And this is the Salvation Army home that has been named Strawberry Fields Forever. Throughout the city, there are monuments dedicated to the Fab Four and their songs. And the Cavern Club that was destroyed almost 20 years ago has now been reopened. Clearly, the Beatles continue to live on here in Liverpool. Coming up next from the Kingsway Leisure Center here in jolly old England, our main event, Harry Simon versus...
According to me, how I'm very so proud of myself. I'm a warrior and I'm a pressure fighter. Yeah, it's very hard actually. Yeah. Because I've been a champion since '98 and I had only 3 fights since '98. And some fighters they're pulling out, and so the right fighters I have to fight, and the guys who doesn't maybe care about me, it's like the Trinidad and the Vargas and so on.
Harry Simon, the pride of Namibia. Kind of an unusual story here, Bobby, because he was born in Africa, but he fights most of his fights here in England. Do you think he's more typical or atypical of the European style of fighting?
Well, he's not really atypical. He's not.
Gentlemen, we are ready for the WBO Junior Middleweight Championship of the World. Join me in welcoming the boxers as they make their way to the ring. First, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger and #3 contender, introducing Wayne Alexander.
The challenger, Wayne Alexander, despite coming in late, will have the home crowd advantage, getting a title shot in his 16th fight, 15-0, 13 knockouts. British 154-pound champ, rated #3 by the WBO, former British amateur champion. A knockout specialist who's never been more than 5 rounds. He's registered 4 straight KOs. His last fight, almost exactly 6 months ago, a first-round technical knockout. Now this a chance of a lifetime for Alexander as he gets his first world title shot under rather unusual circumstances. Bobby, Alexander comes in on less than 24 hours notice. Can it possibly work to his advantage?
Well, what could do, Steve, is this. He could maybe take the champion by surprise. Maybe there's a huge emotional letdown that translates into a physical letdown for Simon, and maybe he just doesn't pay attention. And with this kid's power, which he reputedly has, maybe he gets lucky, especially real early.
He found out at 5 p.m. yesterday about this fight, left the house at 11:30 p.m., 3.5-hour drive, arrived at around 3 this morning. He said he got a good sleep. Well, we'll soon find out how alert he is against Harry Simon in just a couple of minutes. We go back to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the champion tonight, making the 4th defense of his title, introducing Harry Simon.
The champion, revved up, Harry Simon, 4th defense of the title, which he won in '98. A wild night in South Africa. The Prime Minister, many dignitaries on hand. What's disappointment when it was originally announced a majority draw after Simon fought what he called the best fight of his life. And Winky Wright retained the belt, but the ring announcer, not Jimmy Lennon Jr., of course, made a mistake, and Simon actually won by majority decision. Outside of Winky Wright, some feel he really hasn't been tested, Harry Simon. He's made 3 successful defenses off the uninspiring majority decision over a tall, very awkward southpaw named Rodney Jones in September. Bobby, was that fight an aberration, or was that the real Harry Simon?
You know, we haven't really found out yet who the real Harry Simon is, because he hasn't stepped up and tested some of the real talent in the junior middleweight division. And I'll tell you what, he's going to have to if he wants the names and verses that he's talking about.
The very soft-spoken Namibian told us he was just too wild in his last fight, couldn't do what he had planned to do. He realizes that people criticize him. You can see the support he's got here in the crowd. He fights a lot of his fights here in the United Kingdom. He told us that, hey, a win is a win no matter how you get it, as long as you get it. Let's size things up as we check out the tale of the tape as he puts on a sombrero there. The champion, Simon, just 1 year older than Alexander. Simon is 5'10", Alexander 5'9". 4-inch reach advantage for Simon. Simon under the weight limit at yesterday's official weigh, and Alexander weighed in today at 154. And the key rules for this world championship fight: there is no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 4th round, it's ruled a no contest. After the end of 4, they go to the scorecards. So here at the Kingsway Leisure Center in Widnes, England, we're getting ready for our main event. Harry Simon versus Wayne Alexander, a late fill-in as they battle for the WBO Junior Middleweight Championship. Wayne Alexander, what's going through his mind right now as he's alongside his trainer there, Jimmy Tibbs. They rode up together from the South London suburb of Croydon. His last fight, August 12th, first round TKO over a fighter named Paul Denton. He's never fought outside of England, and as mentioned, never passed 5 rounds. We'll see how this one goes. Back to the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you from Widnes, England. This big night of action coming your way is brought to you by Frank Warren Sports Network, Sky Sports, and Showtime Championship Boxing, and sponsored by Red Square and sportingbet.co.uk. This bout coming your way is sanctioned by the World Boxing Organization, the President Francisco Valcarcel, Supervisor Charles Giles, along with the British Boxing Board of Control, the steward in charge Dennis Lockton, Area Secretary Peter Wakeling. Our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside, from Hamilton Square, New Jersey in the United States, Frank Cairo; from Tottenham, England, Dave Paris; from West Palm Beach, Florida in the United States, Michael Pernick; and the 3rd man of the ring, a referee in charge from Derby, England, Paul Thomas. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Junior Middleweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, from Widnes, England, it's showtime. Introducing to you first, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue and white trunks and hailing from Croydon, England. He weighed in at 11 stone or 154 U.S. pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 15 wins, no losses, 13 big wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing the current British light middleweight champion, ranked the #3 contender in the world by the WBO. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the hard-hitting Wayne Alexander. The ring, the defending world champion on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks with silver trim, from Walvis Bay, Namibia. He weighed in at 10 stone, 12 1/4 pounds, or a trim and ready 152 1/4 U.S. pounds. His record is also unblemished with 20 wins, no losses, 16 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight he is making the 4th defense of his title. Please welcome the WBO Junior Middleweight Champion of the World, known as the Terminator, Harry Simon. Once again, our referee in charge, Paul Thomas, now to give instructions, 12 rounds of boxing schedule.
Harry, have now. Okay, I've spoken to you both in the dressing room. You know what I expect of you. Just one final thing. Defend yourself at all times during this contest, unless you hear me shout stop boxing to you. You know the rest, touch gloves. Best of luck to both of you. Good, well done.
Final instructions from Paul Thomas. Harry Simon, the champ, likes to get right to it. He's a fast starter, busy straight-ahead pressure fighter, average defense, but never drop. And his opponent, Alexander, has the reputation of a big puncher with both hands. He can switch hit interesting because Simon was preparing for southpaws in Daniel Santos and Robert Allen in the past. Alexander able to get the job done fast. 12 of his 13 knockouts in 3 rounds or less. The bell for round 1 scheduled for 12. A lot of folks here don't think it will go quite that far.
Well, Alexander's not trained for a 12-round fight, so it's probably going to be difficult for him to maintain a good pace past 5 or 6 or 7 rounds against a champion.
Alexander's best punch, it is said left hook, straight right.
You know, it's very interesting here. You see Simon, who usually comes forward and throws punches and bunches, showing a lot of respect to a last-minute replacement.
He's seen him fight a few times. Alexander says he's seen Simon fight 4 or 5 times. Alexander's been on a few Simon undercards. It's a good right hand by Alexander, but back comes Simon with a flurry.
That was a terrific right-hand counter right over the jab, landed clean, and shook up the champion just a little bit.
Right uppercut to the chin by Harry Simon, who can punch hard himself. Alexander missing with that right hand. Alexander looking to score over the top with that right, then nails Simon on the jaw with an uppercut with the left.
Now, I would think that Simon might want to work a little harder, especially early, and push the challenger. Just push him and see what happens.
I think Simon, whether he's got a last-minute replacement in front of him or not, has to have a memorable performance here tonight to make some noise in the division. Particularly coming off the lackluster effort in his last fight. Body shot by Simon with the right hand.
Both fighters not neglecting the body, both coming inside and taking shots downstairs.
Simon looking to end this thing on one punch with a wild left hook. Pretty good action here in the opening 2 minutes of the fight. Alexander under the spotlight on the big stage for the first time in his career, taking this fight on less than 24 hours notice.
Now, there you saw him just recently switch back, but Alexander switched to southpaw. He does not throw the same overhand left as he does in the orthodox sight. His right hand is much better than his left.
Crowd roaring whenever Alexander comes close. Pretty good exchange on the inside with 25 seconds left of the first.
There's a nice right hook, too, by Alexander in the left uppercut.
Alexander looking impressive in the first round. He has to be careful not to punch himself out too early.
Well, Steve, you got to admire a guy who takes a fight on last-minute notice that at least takes a shot at it, puts himself in play.
He is extremely competitive. He's going for it as we head for the bell. Right hand just before the bell by Alexander. He scored with that one on the head.
Okay, now, Harry, listen to me. Listen to me. You're putting down your hands. I need the jab. I need the jab. The double right must work, baby. Come on, the double jab. The double jab and the double right is going to work. You're digging now the body. You're digging nice in the body. Come on, shoot them with the right hand. Come on, throw the right hand. Come on, throw the right hand. Come on, give me the towel down there. Come on, Harry. Harry, check. You're stepping out at night.
We're going to take a look here. The champion, he's got his hand down. Doesn't belong here. When he throws the jab, he brings his hand back down. The right hand comes right over the top, and it's lights out. If he connects with that all day, he's got the power to get this job done.
An early sense of urgency.
Come on, baby. Show me what you got.
In the corner of Simon, you can hear Ariel Malachi screaming at him. And Alexander is very ready for round 2. Simon fought most of round 1 going backward. This is a small 15 by 15 foot ring, so there's lots of action, especially with big punchers.
There's definitely not a lot of room to move in this ring. If you can move in this ring, you're a good mover.
Both are just winging. Left uppercut just missed by Simon, a countering left hand. Here comes Simon. Simon with a straight right hand right on the head.
Simon with a nice counter, stepped around, made the adjustment, and really caught the challenge.
Alexander showing he's got a beard. He is taking some big shots.
Alexander swing a little more wildly. Simon sitting and waiting on some of those punches, waiting for him to miss, blocking and firing back.
Simon whacking away with rights and lefts to the head of Alexander. Look at this left hand to the jaw by Simon. Oh, back comes Alexander with the left. That's Steiner, the champion.
It was a big leg hook, Steve. And he got caught right in the tail end of it, did Simon. It wobbled him.
Overhand right, a grazing blow. Not clean by Alexander. This kid is game. Alexander has absorbed a lot of punishment here in round 2, but not afraid to answer back. He's standing right in there in front of the champion, Simon. But you got to wonder, Bobby, the accumulative effect here of these punches by Simon eventually has to wear you down.
Simon's being a little more workmanlike, and now you see him unloading.
All over the challenger. What's holding Alexander up, the crowd may be wondering.
You know what? Simon is not a real big one-punch knockout artist, but what he does is he works his opponent to death. He runs him over with volume.
Simon 20-0 with 16 knockouts. 7 of those 16 KOs in 3 rounds or less.
You can see Alexander breathing a little heavy, and it's early. Big right hand.
He runs the champion. Alexander jumping on Simon. Wayne Alexander thinking upset.
It was a big right hook counter. He switched into a southpaw stance and caught him with a right hook. It was beautiful.
That left was blocked nicely by Simon. Simon now marching forward. But Alexander won't give him any ground. Left uppercut that spiraled to the chin by Simon. Body shots upstairs. Simon scoring effectively.
The conditioning could be a factor in this fight. It's all in Simon's. It's all in his favor, and he knows it. He's going to try and wait this out, make the war, make this become something of an attrition fight.
You've got to make him, Wayne, listen to me. You've got to make him, my friend, you've got to make him miss a little bit. Yeah. Make him miss a little bit and then throw some big shots. Yeah. Right? Come get behind that jab a little bit more now. All right? Come on, Wayne, they've got to get your wind, get your wind. All right.
Simon getting inside with nice uppercuts and right hands, and inside he was working the body nicely, and then you see the right uppercut again, blocking and countering, and really catching Alexander on the win as he wins well. There was the best right hand probably of the round for Simon. But Alexander's no quit in him. He's switching back and forth. You can see his feet moving. He gets hit a nice body shot there, but he works a nice right hook off the top of Simon's head, right about here. And he comes over the top. He really has heavy hands, but he's winging a lot. He's going to get tired, Steve, doing that.
We didn't know much about Alexander's chin coming in, but he's certainly taken some big shots over the first 2 rounds from Simon, and we might be finding something a little bit about Simon's chin too, as he's received some punishing blows as well. Simon missing wildly with that right hand, but Alexander unable to take advantage. You've had a furious pace up to this point. Alexander going to the body more now, but back comes Simon with lefts and rights, peppering the head of Alexander. Just not sure what kind of power Simon has behind those punches.
Simon slowed down a little bit himself right now. Both of them, I guess, worrying about the pace, but you would think that Simon, preparing for a 12-round fight and a fast-paced 12-round fight, would really, really work the challenger here.
Now he spins the challenger around Alexander. Alexander missing with the left, nails Simon in the head with a right. Good doubling up with the left hand by Simon, and he throws a booming right to the body. And he's wearing down Alexander right here. Alexander shakes his head and says, "You're not hurting me." But Simon keeps throwing level.
Well, see, wild shots, he's loading up and he's telegraphing, and he's going to get real tired because when those punches hit nothing but air. It's going to take energy to stop him as well.
Alexander looks over at his corner and winks. Tough kid.
Tough kid. He's got a great attitude. He's taking a shot.
He had been training to defend his British title in 2 weeks. So he was in the gym. He just got rocked a bit, and Simon all over Alexander again.
And his mouth is starting to get pretty bloody too, Steve. You can see he's holding it open, sucking for air. Punches are not coming from him as frequently. He's wearing out from his pace.
It's a non-stop attack by Harry Simon of the red. This fight has been on the inside just about the entire session. Simon missing with the double right. Well, you don't see too much jabbing here. It's leads.
All big counter punches, lefts, rights, switching southpaw to orthodox is Alexander, and Simon's not doing much jabbing himself.
Oh, and right just before the bell, Simon lands with a right hand across the head.
Up with the hands, Harry. I need up with the hands, okay? You're looking good now. You're getting there, Harry. I need up with the hands, okay? You're working to double up the right hand. You're catching him with the right hand, but you're dropping the left hand. After hitting, after throwing that right, the jab, back again, Harry. Your body next to the body, but you're too slow to get out.
You've got to bring your hands back as soon as you punch. Don't take no chances.
That's what you need from me, okay?
Tuck up. He will go. You'll find a clean shot in a minute. He will go. Promise you. But don't get knocked about waiting for him to do it. The referee's looking at you, you know what I mean? Come on, you're looking good. You're looking good. Looking good. Hang in there. Don't chuck your chin out. Do a bit of classy stuff with him. Go with him. What?
We work at that body.
Go on, boy. Looking good, son. Good. Come on, Wayne. Tuck that chin down, Wayne, please. Please.
The instructions of Jimmy Tibbs. Well, as is customary here in England, boom mics aren't allowed in the corners between rounds, but we make do with our own equipment and Showtime's broadcast ingenuity by miking the trainers and getting that great audio.
Simon just nailed Alexander with a low left hook to the cup, and you can see him wince and even motion his hand to the referee. It hurt.
Round 4. Simon coming off a very effective round.
Simon's corner told him to use the jab now, keep peppering him with the jab and set up the combinations. You're wearing him down, you're wearing him out. He's fading, and he came out doing just that. Harry Simon.
A tired Wayne Alexander watching Harry Simon get those punches off first. Simon consistently getting through the guard. Landing repeatedly, almost at will now. Alexander being turned into a human punching bag.
And what he's doing, Steve, Alexander's waiting for just one big counter to hope to take Simon out, one big shot to equalize everything, and it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. And the longer the fight gets, the less that power is going to stay with him.
Simon very confident coming in despite the conditions.
You know, right here, Simon should be working. He should not allow Alexander to take this rest. Should not allow it.
Alexander saying, hey, he's not an underdog in his eyes. He says, when I catch Simon, he'll go.
Well, you know, Simon has tried to stay focused to a whole host of opponents over the past 10 days.
Oh, yeah.
But he's trained, he's well trained, so that shouldn't be a problem. The focus on the opponent should be the last thing he has to worry about as long as he's ready to go.
And he continues to score at will. Simon in the red. Pouring it on. A barrage of blows to the head by Harry Simon.
You can see the fatigue setting in, and Alexander is just tired. He wants to throw punches, but he can't. He's throwing one at a time, 1, 2 at a time. That's all he has.
impressive round for the champ, Harry Simon, throwing a volume of punches in this round and in the fight in general.
You all right? That one, you can't let it go too long like that without throwing nothing, you know what I mean? Yeah. Looking good, son. Looking good, coming. You've got to box him a bit now. You're behind on points. Yeah, he wants to lay about a bit, doesn't he?
He wants to lie on now, take a little breather. Don't let him do it.
Mine's a bit going on.
Your hand's gone?
Harry Simon on the inside works that uppercut beautifully. There's a nice left uppercut, and you see it really take the head back of the challenger, Alexander. It's something he needs to do, especially with this opponent, because he's tired. Punches and bunches, fire him. Stick the jab in his face, the right hand, come back. More jabs, more right hands, uppercuts. Keep him working, put something in his face. Attrition will get to this man eventually if you don't walk into one of the big bombs.
Round 5, Alexander told us before the fight he didn't think Simon was as strong as he is. And he is standing up to Simon's biggest shots, but too many of them are getting through.
I'm not sure what the referee had the little chat with the fighters about. Alexander trying to stay exclusively to the body so far. A couple of jabs up top, but you see he cannot win this fight going backwards. Steve, Alexander has to come forward no matter what.
Simon bouncing around, up on his toes, brimming with confidence. He knows he's in complete control here. But I think, as you put it, Alexander's just waiting for that one big bomb. Simon is not known for his outstanding defense. And Alexander feels it's subpar. He's obviously waiting for an opening, but he is getting some kind of punish in the meantime. He better find that opening real soon. Alexander being elusive.
Alexander's not the type of fighter that can generate that power going backwards either. He has to stop and come forward. That back and forth that Simon's making him do is tiring him out.
Alexander's punches have certainly lost a lot of steam. And that's because of the punishment he has absorbed from Simon. Alexander finding out what it's like to be in there with the world champion. Simon pounding to the body.
Yeah, Simon's being smart. He sees that his man is getting tired. He's working the body. Here's a big left hook to the body. And he's working both sides and staying there.
And down goes Alexander. Third time in his career he's been down. He'll take the full count. Gets up at 8. Final seconds of round 5.
He's tired, and the body work really helped add to that.
Oh, a good left jab by Harry Simon. Then he goes to the body.
He got buckled in half with that body shot, and that right hand to the chin didn't help him either. Alexander is just about done.
This is a matter of time, and the referee steps in, and Paul Thomas has called it. Harry Simon showing the difference in skill level here against the late replacement Wayne Alexander. It was just a matter of time.
It was as much fatigue, too, that really destroyed Alexander the way he got beat.
So Simon does the job. Well, I guess you can say Alexander still hasn't been past the 5th round. Only this time it's with an L attached to it, not a W. That's his first loss as he dips to 15-1. Harry Simon improving to 21-0 with 17 knockouts.
I still tip my hat to him for having the courage to step in and take a shot for a world title.
Give him a lot of credit.
Personally, myself, Steve, I wouldn't have done it because I wouldn't have felt I could give it my best shot. And his timing is probably not for another year, maybe down the road. He moves up to that level. But you know what? Sometimes you just take the chance.
Plus, you weigh too much.
Correct.
So Harry Simon retains his WBO junior middleweight belt. Fourth successful defense, remaining undefeated. It was a long and winding road to this opponent he beat tonight. Some last-minute thanks there by Harry Simon after this victory. There were 4 opponents before Wayne Alexander for various reasons until they finally found Wayne. He gave it his best shot under very difficult conditions. Simon, the questions ahead: will he fight more frequently, and who will he fight next? Well, the junior middleweight division could soon become wide open with the expected departure of Felix Trinidad to 160 pounds. Simon told us he planned to move up to middleweight, so stay tuned for that.
If he goes up to the middleweight division right now, he will not have any trouble finding some talent waiting to face him.
Well, they got that big unification tournament upcoming in April and May. That involves Felix Trinidad. But with Trinidad leaving 154, it just leaves that division wide open for this man, Harry Simon, if he so desires, to become king. So Harry Simon does the job in 5 rounds.
Good body work here by Simon. Uppercuts on the inside as well. And eventually the body work just is too much, and down goes the challenger. Those body shots really hurt. You could see it just buckling, and the wind is taken out of his body, and he has to take a knee. Body shots hurt him. We'll look at it again. Body shots again. Super body shots under both rib cages. Defense lacking there for Alexander.
And we're set for Jimmy Lennon Jr.
At number 5, a referee in charge, Paul Thomas, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, and still the WBO junior middleweight champion of the world, Harry Simon.
So a relentless attack by Harry Simon. He just wore the challenger, the last-minute guy, Wayne Alexander, down. The Harry Simon fans out in full force. The product of Walvis Bay, Namibia, who is a big presence here in England. Able to win this one quite convincingly. And Alexander getting a nice round of applause. He deserves it. Very difficult situation for Alexander, and he showed a lot of heart and guts. How about the end of the fight here, Bobby?
Well, the challenger hurt. Alexander is hurt. His body's been really aching from those shots. And Simon comes in up top and eventually goes right back down there. He's already been on the floor. He's tired, and now he is teeing off. The body was destroyed early. Now he's working on killing the top. And the combinations were just not that great, but they were accurate. They were on the money, and the referee had seen enough. There was almost no offense at all from Alexander. Now he's basically just passive. There's one wild shot, but he's getting hurt. No need for him to get hurt.
So there it is. Harry Simon takes on the 5th man that was supposed to fight him, and he does him in. Post-fight reaction coming up shortly, but first we want to remind you what's on the boxing horizon in the near future.
Some of boxing's biggest names in one spectacular night of fights, starting with John Ruiz. He's got a score to settle with 4-time heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield. Ruiz thinks he was robbed in their last controversial fight, but can he become the first Hispanic heavyweight champion? Plus IBF bantamweight champion Tim Austin, former world champion Miguel Angel Gonzalez, and the first lady of the ring, Christy Martin. Holyfield Ruiz 2, The Last Word, Saturday, March 3rd, live on pay-per-view.
That's right, Holyfield versus Ruiz 2, and it's World Championship undercard live on pay-per-view March 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific. And then on Showtime, March 23rd, a heavyweight doubleheader. David Tua restarts his pursuit of a world title as he faces Donnell Nicholson in an IBF heavyweight elimination bout scheduled for 12 rounds. And one of the most talked about new names in the heavyweight division, Clifford the Black Rhino Etienne, makes his Showtime debut against unbeaten Fres Oquendo in a 10-round affair. That's March 23rd, a special time of 11 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. We hope you'll join us. Well, we're joined now by the winner, Harry Simon, who retains his WBO 154-pound title. Congratulations, Harry. Was it your intent just to wear this guy down and eventually just take him out the way you did?
No, I knew I've been training hard for this fight, and I knew I could take anybody out, anybody in the world, any junior middleweight in the world, I could take him out. Yeah.
Was it difficult having had so many different opponents before they finally settled on Wayne Alexander to prepare for this particular fight?
Yeah, hold on. Before we go on, I'd just like to thank, firstly, Showtime for supporting me. And I'd like to thank my sponsor, Auto Toy Store. Oki, great job. I love you. Thank you. And Air Namibia for bringing me up here, and my family and my sister up here. And I'd like to thank the Prime Minister also. I know you do support me, and I love you, Daddy. Be my daddy, and I want to support you. I'll keep winning for so many times as I can.
Harry, what are your plans for the future? Are you looking to unify the junior middleweight title or move up to middleweight? You had told us you might want to go up to 160 in our meeting with you yesterday. Does that still figure in your plans?
Yeah, it's still my plans. I like to fight any greatest fighter in the world, which is a junior middle. Now I've been looking for fighters for a unification. I can't get all of it, and I'm still waiting for my promoter to put the fights on. So I'm still waiting, but I want to wait another fight. If I cannot get any unification in junior middles, then I will go up to the middleweights.
So right now, in the near future, we can expect you to stay at 154.
Expect me to be 156 because I definitely have to go up.
All right. Well, congratulations and best of luck to you, Harry.
Thanks so much, and I'd like to say hi to all my fans there in Namibia, that the Warrior did make it again, and I'm still going to battle to come to the top. I'm on top, but not yet, but I still have to.
All right, thanks, Harry. As we recap tonight's results from witness, relatively unknown Laszlo Bogner of Hungary on 6 days' notice, Bobby, upsets the #1 contender, Michael Gomez.
Well, luck is where opportunity meets the prepared person. He was prepared to get lucky, and he did.
And what'd you expect? 2 upsets in one night? No, not the case. Harry Simon remained undefeated and retained his WBO junior middleweight title, beating late replacement Wayne Alexander in the main event.
It was just too much to expect Alexander to be really a competitive fighter in this fight. Getting his fight on one day. Not going to happen.
All right, Bobby, going back to the 130-pound fight, a night to forget for hometowner Michael Gomez.
You know, in a division chock full of town, 130 pounds, Gomez wanted to show that he really belonged in the upper echelon, that he belonged at the next level, and it couldn't have been more disastrous for him. He walked away with nothing.
Bogner was ahead on all 3 scorecards heading into that 9th round, and in fact, one judge, Frank Cairo, had it as much as 78-73 for Bogner, and all 3 judges had Harry Simon up 39-37 at the time of the stoppage there in the 5th round. What do you think of Simon?
Well, you know, Simon didn't really impress me. He didn't make the statement I think he came to make. He had an awkward opponent, a last-minute fill-in that no one expected would even make it halfway, and he did make it halfway. Still isn't past the 5th round, but I don't think Simon showed what he came here to show.
Well, we started the night by saying happy birthday to Bobby Ches. We end the night by saying happy birthday. Happy birthday, champ.
Thank you.
All right. That wraps things up from the Kingsway Leisure Center here in Widnes, England. We hope you enjoyed our fight coverage from overseas as Showtime Championship Boxing once again goes international. And we look forward to seeing you again on March 3rd from Las Vegas. Until then, for Bobby Ches and our entire crew, Steve Albert saying thanks for watching and so long from Great Britain.